to do the reality check, that is, which helps us to analyze why SAP HANA. Okay, so SAP HANA is a database like any other database that is available in the market, like Oracle or DB2, but it has so many other features which distinguishes it from other databases. It's a platform. Okay, so inside this platform, we can use SAP HANA as database and also application development platform itself. It's an appliance, and also it is available on the cloud. So before going to SAP HANA details, we'll see why SAP HANA is required. So we need to do some reality check, that is the issues that we as a database management people or database management company were facing before SAP HANA invention. Okay, so one of this issue was information explosion. So now we term it as big data. Earlier we used to call it as information explosion. So the information explosion is nothing but massive amount of data being created every year, and how fast your business, in the sense you as an organization to your client, react to it, determine whether you succeed or fail in the market. So this is a very big problem, and it's getting bigger day by day. So when I talk about information explosion, is nothing but huge amount of data that is being added to the database system. So we have a firm called IDC, International Data Center, which had estimated that worldwide digital content was added up to 487 billion gigabytes in the year 2009, and they also predicted that it will double every month after every 18 months. So if I have to give an analogy, it's like a stack of DVDs all the way to the moon and back. So that huge amount of data is being added every year, and it's not easy to manage such amount of data with your legacy database systems, correct? So even with data doubling every 18 months, the percentage is also going to keep growing. So we have different measures that we use for data measurement. So we started with kilobytes. Now we have up to yottabyte. So kilobyte, megabyte to the power of 3 kilobyte, then megabyte to the power of 6, then gigabyte to the power of 9, terabyte, petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte, and yottabyte. So huge amount of data, and this data not only consists of structured data, it also consists unstructured data. What do we mean by unstructured data? Structured data we all know. So whatever the data that we have in two-dimensional structure in our database, we consider it to be the structured data. So what about unstructured data? So they do not have a particular data types, or it can be easily analyzed. They will be pooled. They'll have table inside the table. They are unstructured data. So example for this would be your CCTV images, would be the photos that you upload in the Facebooks, or it might be the MP4 formats, or it might be the movies, songs, anything that you upload in these systems or over the net. So all this data is considered to be unstructured data, where it takes very huge amount of time to analyze these data. So this shows one issue. So now we call it as big data. Next, one more issue is consumerization of IT, where at the same time we are facing the issue of information explosion. At the same time, there is consumerization trend who are driving up their expectations. Okay, like they want the answers for each and every question at the moment. So they want them to be right. They want them anywhere, anytime. They want the answers in the moment. Okay, and that movement seems to be risk for us, and it is advantage for certain companies like SAP, who develop certain tools to analyze such huge amount of data. So this has put IT in a tough place, where IT cannot deliver what the business needs. Why? Because the cost of managing the data explosion is too high, because there is no real practical way to analyze the data instantly. So you cannot just say that I can slice and dice very important data for you and give it in a real time. Okay, and rest of the data might be little slow in processing, and you might get the data in the reports slowly. So that is not acceptable. So as the data is growing, The demand is also growing, which means that here we have two issues. One is big data issue and second one is real-time data. Whatever the data you have, that has to be real time, in the sense within fraction of seconds. Whatever that you process, the same thing should be reflecting in your reports. For example, it might be the stocks, it might be the entertainment, that is a live update of your cricket scores, anything. So such real-time data, real-time reports are expected by the organization or your customers. So we must find a way to deal this and to process very huge amount of data in real time, or at least near real time. Okay, so that is where your SAP HANA comes into picture. It plays the role of whatever the issues that we were seeing here. So it gives the solution for those issues. One, SAP is one of the technology to analyze big data. I'm saying one of the technology, so it's not the only technology. We have different technologies available in the market for different purpose. So but for SAP environments, we have SAP HANA. Okay, and HANA not only used in SAP environments, it's also used in non-SAP environments. You can also connect other applications, databases, other ERP systems, anything to SAP HANA. Okay, so at the first I was saying that it is different from other databases. Though it's a database, I'm saying that it's a different database. What is the difference in it? So the groundbreaking rule of SAP HANA is it's an in-memory database. So every operations, that might be everything, read operation, write operation, all the data processing, everything happens in the in-memory. It's an in-memory database. In-memory means, in-memory in the sense it's a main memory. So if you observe this diagram, earlier we used to place our database in the disk storage, correct? So the data movement was between the disk storage, main memory and CPU cache. So here the main memory was limited, so the RAM capacity was limited. Therefore what happened? The CPU had to wait for the data to be processed. So the data movement was very slow. This was the input-output bottleneck. This was the performance issue. So but now what we have done is, instead of keeping the database in the disk storage, we have kept the data in the main memory. So we know the data that is in main memory or in your RAM, it's very easy to access for the CPU. So that's what we have done here. So we have increased the RAM capacity and kept the database in the main memory. So now the data movement is only between your main memory and CPU cache. So all the operation happens in the main memory, and CPU can easily fetch the data from your main memory and process the data in the CPU caches. So this is the very important difference between the other databases and HANA database. Apart from that, we have many more features that we are going to discuss in later classes. And HANA is an appliance. I told you in the first, it's appliance in the sense it's a combination of software and hardware. Okay. The software part, that is your HANA and other application servers and other softwares that is given to you by the SAP company, SAP EG company. And the hardware configuration is done by different vendors. Okay, they are Dell, Fujitsu, HP, IBM and Cisco. And we have 4 more companies, NEC and Hitachi as well. Okay, so they are the partners, they are the certified partners with your SAP company to give the hardware configuration for your SAP HANA solution. So apart from that, the important point here is the compatibility, operating system compatibility for HANA is SUSE Linux Enterprise Server 11. So Kumar, did you get this point of in-memory technology?
Yeah.
Okay, so next important point is the HANA software editions that is available in the market. So we have 3 types of editions. One is platform, second is enterprise, and third is enterprise extended edition. So what is platform edition? So as mainly we are focusing, it's on the SAP environments. What we are doing is, so what most of your customers, they would have business object data services licenses, if at all they are in SAP environment, they should be having license to this. So that time, if at all they are not expecting any other replication methods to be used, then they can go for platform edition. So what is this BODS? BODS is an ETL based tool. Okay, it's an ETL based tool to extract the data from different sources into HANA database. So with platform edition, you're going to get only business object data services, that too if customers have license to that. Okay, next in enterprise edition, you're going to get BODS as well as SLT. SLT is SAP Landscape Transformation. So you're going to get another replication method called SLT. This is for real-time replication of data into HANA database. Likewise, you have Enterprise Extended Edition. So this is to avail all the features of HANA. We go for Enterprise Extended Editions. So these are the components that is available in different edition: Platform Edition, Enterprise Edition, and Enterprise Extended Edition. Okay, so you just need to know the difference between these three editions, and using these edition is once again depends upon the project requirement, your client requirements. Okay, so we cannot say that which is the edition that is being mostly used or which is not used at all. So it once again depends upon the requirement and your clients. Next is, apart from HANA being an in-memory technology, which is one of the most important reason for HANA's performance, so we also have other software and hardware technology innovations along with HANA being an in-memory technology. So some of the HANA software technology innovations are like, in traditional databases, most of the databases used to use row-wise storage. So in most of the databases earlier, we used to store the data in the form of row-wise. Okay, but in HANA what happens? We have the option of storing data either in row-wise or in column-wise. So this combination gives us the more flexibility. It also increases the speed. It also increases the performance of the HANA database. How? That we'll be discussing in detail when we go for the HANA architecture. Likewise, one more thing is compression. So this compression is impact of the storage type. So whenever we go for columnar data storage, that is column-wise storage, then we can compress the data much more efficiently. Okay, and we can also use different compression methods like run length coding, cluster coding, or dictionary encoding to compress the data. So we have compression rate range anything between 3.5 to 6.5 in HANA database. So compression we have been doing this in the different databases as well, but in HANA we have more compression rates. So apart from that, partitioning, so the data that we get from different sources. So if at all we have the HANA in the cluster, we spread the tables across these multiple nodes in HANA implementation, and it helps the query parallelization to parallelly analyze the queries quickly. So we make use of partitioning. Then we have no aggregate tables. What are these aggregate tables? So materialized aggregate tables are used to increase the performance of a database. Okay, so but here HANA can on the fly can compute the source data, okay, and create and calculate the aggregates on such huge amount of data without hampering the performance. Therefore, we need not store any aggregate tables. So you can just do during the runtime or design. You can just analyze the data, do the aggregation on the data during the design time, and also you can see the result in the runtime. Therefore, once again, to improve the performance, we need not store the aggregate tables. So this simplifies the application logic in the application layer. Okay. Next is insert only on delta. So to know this topic, we need to know what is delta load, full load or initial load. So as of now, I'll just tell you delta type is nothing but delta load is nothing but. So in real-time replications or any type of replication, if at all you have chosen delta load, what it does is, so it gets you the changes that you make in the source system into the target systems. Okay, only those changes. After the initial load, whatever the changes that is made to the source system is replicated into your target system whenever we choose for delta loads. Only the changes. So did you get these points? I mean, we just discussed about the 5 software technology innovations. So we are going to discuss once again these points in detail when we go to the relative topics. As of now, there is row and columnar storage, we have partitioning, we have compression, no aggregate tables, and insert only on delta. So next is hardware technology, hardware technology innovations. As HANA is both combination of software and hardware. Software we just saw that 5 important innovations along with in-memory concept. The hardware innovation is like we have multi-core architecture where HANA is capable of leveraging modern hardware technologies like multi-core CPUs, multi-core architecture CPUs, then parallel scaling with blade server in the distributed system or the node. So this helps to process the data parallelly, and this leads to the parallelization, and this in turn increases the performance. So here we are not going to do anything. So this is once again the job of the hardware customers that is partnered with SAP. Okay, so they would be giving you their solution for you. So this part, hardware part, we are not going to study anything. So we'll be concentrating on software part of SAP. So this is the SAP HANA architecture. So this is your HANA database. We call it as in-memory computing engine. So we have many components which perform different tasks at given point of time. We have in-memory computing engine, on top of which you will be working on the data to create the models, to do the data provisioning, to do the administrative task, and also to create applications. Okay, HANA is a platform where it has application server embedded with it, embedded with it, and therefore you can create end-to-end application. You can develop end-to-end application and on top of SAP HANA platform, which can access the data present in the HANA database. So it's a complete package where which HANA database acts as the repository source code, and on top of it you can create the applications. So that is once again different topic for HANA development part. So here for modeling part is what we are going to deal with. This is the source system. So this source might be anything. So here we are seeing example of ERP systems and other source systems, other third-party systems. It might be from flat file loading, it might be from Oracle, from DB2, or from Hadoop, anything. You're going to get the data into your HANA database, do the modeling in the studio, and those models will be consumed by reporting tools. Okay, so this is the end-to-end life cycle of the data present in the HANA database. Next is data provisioning methods that is available with HANA. So we have different methods or technology used to get data into HANA database. So we call it as data replication or data provisioning. So one method is business objects data services, which is an ETL based tool which is supposed to load the data of both structured and unstructured from both SAP and non-SAP source system into HANA database. Okay, so we are going to see the lab session of this BODS, and we'll replicate the data from the ECC system into HANA database. Apart from BODS, we have SLT, which is real-time replication method. So this also supports SAP source system and non-SAP sources. Yes, those databases which are supported by SAP's, complete non-SAP like Hadoop and all cannot be connected through SLT to get the data into HANA database. So whenever this is probably used in real-time business scenarios. So this also we are going to see in the lab session. So apart from that, we have two more. One is HANA Direct Extractor Connection DXE, and we have System Event Stream Processor, that is Sybase replication method. So Sybase replication method is not used. So we are going to use HANA Direct Extractor Connection, which is also an ETL based scenario. Okay, so even that also will be seen in the lab session. So other one would be like flat file loading. This is the simple one. We're going to see that as well in the lab session. So these are some of the studio features, like what we do in the studio, HANA Studio, which is an Eclipse based platform, which is an IDE tool, integrated development environment. Your HANA Studio is built on the Java application. So your HANA database and the inside the back, whatever the code is present, that is built with the C++. We have these studio features, which is modeling. We do the data preview, that is checking the data. Then we export and import the database object, do the data provisioning, create the security objects for the database views that we create in HANA, and troubleshoot. So this is the course module. So before that, let me tell you. So here we are going to see the course module HA100 and HA300, which is for developers in the sense for SAP HANA consultant who work as data modelers. So you basically have two courses. One is for admin and second one is for developer. If you want to go admin side, then you have to go through HA100 and HA200. If you want to go through developer side, then you have to go through HA100 and HA300. So Unit 1 to Unit 6 is the HA100. Unit 7 to Unit 15 is the HA300. So each unit has its lab sessions, defined lab sessions from SAP. So we are going to see all those lab sessions in our daily course. And then Unit 16 is not included in HA100 or HA300. It's a separate topic, but it's the important topic in any of the projects, BW powered by HANA. So we'll be giving an overview on it. So apart from that, we are going to see 2 or 3 live scenarios, like COPA scenario, financial scenario, and one more scenario, I think telecom or something, I'm not sure. I have updated one new scenario. So we're going to see 2 to 3 scenarios. Among that, one I'll be giving as an assignment, and 2 more we're going to see. So Kumar, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Pragna. Thanks for the session. It's a good session actually. Just wanted to understand. So we are going to cover up all these courses in 25 to 30 hours. That could be around.
Yes, it might extend sometimes. It might extend because if at all some new topics are added, then we are going to see even that as well. Like new topics like HANA Live has been added, so I will be giving an overview on that as well. And SAP River is a new language to develop applications on HANA, so even that also we are going to see. I mean, in the sense, an overview will be given on SAP River and HANA Live, and if at all we have any other new topics by the time we complete the course, we are going to see that as well. So it might extend to 32, 33, or might be 35 hours.
Okay. And
so, but we'll try to.
Yeah.
No, but we'll try to finish. It's not like we're not going to rush. We're going to take up 1 unit at a time, or we're going to see if at all we have 2 hours, if we can accommodate 2 hours in a day, so we can complete more. So that will depend basically on the times that we schedule.
Okay. So what time are we planning actually at this point in time?
So is it fine for you on the weekends?
Only on the weekends?
That is one batch I have. So apart from that, if you want on weekdays, let me know. I'll plan for it.
What are the timings on the weekends?
Weekends, it would be around 8:30 p.m. or 9 p.m. IST.
Okay. 8:30 p.m. IST to?
8:30 to 9:30, or it might go up to 10 sometimes.
Okay, only 2 days a week.
2 days a week, then we have, yes, 2 days a week, then we'll be having up to 10 or 10:30.
So I think let me tell you my scenario. Actually, I'm traveling US probably in 20 days. Probably, on March 17th I'm traveling to US. So thing is like I'm actually not very familiar with SAP technologies, but this is the first time I'm learning HANA. However, I had knowledge on BW.
Okay, then that's good.
Yeah, I have a good knowledge, good amount of knowledge, but still I don't have a hands-on real-time environment. But still I have a hands-on on the lab time. So thing is like my requirement was to do a certification before I go to US. So which would help me to search job on HANA. And also I have few requirements related to BW and HANA.
Okay.
So my expectation was to complete the certification. So in order to complete certification, would you be able to provide me any kind of material or SAP HA 100, 300 and 350 material possible?
Yes, so whatever the materials that we will be discussing right in the sessions, that is based on the HA100 or 300.
So those will be shared actually, those PDF
Yes,
will be
yes,
shared.
these materials will be shared, yeah.
Okay. So any kind of other material that could help me in doing certification, is it possible?
Same thing, so for you can just go through the materials that I would be sending to you, that should be fine. And hands-on experience, that also should be doing good.
Yeah, at the moment I've already resigned my present company, so I'm free actually. So I can practice maximum of the time what I can. So that's other part, the other side. On the lighter side, actually wanted to know if you are going to touch BODS and BO also. Are you going to give any touch base on BODS and BO?
No, actually. So BODS will be having one session on that. So where it is once again how to connect to the repositories with respect to SAP HANA. So that we are going to do. Not exactly into the BODS or BO. Some reporting part we have, like how to create the semantic layer or universe and how to connect it to the web intelligence and crystal reports. So that's the main topic that we are going to see. Apart from that, BO we would not be doing.
Okay, we won't much go deeper into BO or BODS.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if it's a weekdays, what would be the timings?
So weekdays also it would be the same timing around 9 p.m. IST.
Okay, 9 p.m. IST.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So on weekends we don't have this in that case.
Yes, we will not have on weekends.
Okay, Pragna. That's fine.
Okay, fine. Okay, Kumar.
I
Yeah.
will let Sriram